Hi, first graders and grown-ups. So we're going on to lesson 3, where we learned how to make a 10 to add within 20. So we're trying to get into the teens numbers now. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I'm going to show you how to use the tens frames to do it. So we did a lot of this work in class. So we started with a problem here, 9 plus 4, and we're trying to figure out what the answer is to 9 plus 4. But we want to think about making it 10 in order to do that first. So you're going to start with your first number. You're going to start with 9. I drew 9 in my 10 frame. That shows that I've got one more before I have to equal 10. And then I drew 4 counters. When we did this in class, we actually physically moved counters over to our 10 frames. So in order to make it a little bit clearer, I drew the counters different than dots. That could be really helpful to differentiate. I know that some parents have also asked their kids to use different colors in crayons or markers, and that's also really helpful to keep the two apart. But thinking about making a 10. Okay, so you need to take one of these from the outside and move it inside. So you're going to cross that out. So now we have a complete 10 from our 10 frame here, and we have 1, 2, 3 extra on the outside. So 10 plus 3 is going to equal 13, and that is the same exact number that we are looking for in the solution to this. So if you take a look and compare the two, what we're doing is that we are adding 1 to 9 to make it a 10. We've got to get that 1 from somewhere. We take it from the 4. So if you take 1 from the 4 and give it to the 9 to make your 10, then you have 1 less over here for your 3, and that's your 13. This is pretty big thinking. And one way that we tried to move us into that direction is by using the 10 frame and always thinking, okay, well, I've got this number here, I've got to move this to make my 10. Now how many do I have left? Let's try another one. I'll erase all of that. Let's try the number sentence. Let's try 8 plus 7. Okay, 8 plus 7. We know that we have to get to 10 because that's the strategy we're using. We're making a 10 to add within 20. So before showing the 10 frame, let's think about this. If we're looking at our 8 and we know we have to make a 10 from that 8, how many do we need to add to that 8 to make 10? We need 2. Well, where are we going to get that 2 from? We're going to get that 2 from the 7. So 8 plus 2 is your 10. And 7 take away 2, because the 7 gave the 2 to the 8 in order to make that 10, is 5. So that is your answer. Let's prove it. Let's see if that is actually true. So I'm going to make my 10 frame. And I'm going to start with my number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so we've got 8 in here. And now let's make 7 on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you notice what I'm doing is that I'm imagining that I've got another 10 frame here. So it's really easy for me to see I've got my 5, I got my 2, that equals my 7. So I'm going to need to take 1, 2 away from the 7 and put it over here, put those 2 over here to fill up my 10 frame. Now I've got 10, I've made my 10, and I need to know how many I have left over to add to that 10. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go, that proves it. You've got your 10, you've got your 5. This was something that was really tricky for us at the beginning. And it's quite easy if you have memorized the fact to know, oh, 8 plus 7 is 15, of course. But knowing how to make that 10 is going to help us out.